So names love Kane calls for Collins Prince and your father Mastino Talk. Hopefully y'all having a lovely day. Alright, Corso family. We'll get into it. Seems like Michael Epstein revealed some truth, stating that a lot of the recovery breeders purposely bred the boxers into the Italian Corso. Or to certain lines of Corso, I should say, because not every last line has it. But regardless of the point, the boxer was at it. So, this is where your epilepsy is coming from. I'm just going to give y'all some real food for thought, right? Now, those of y'all, or those enthusiasts that know about pit bulls, right? And pit bulls tend to vary by bloodlines, right? I'm going to say that again. Pit bulls seem to vary by bloodlines, but nevertheless, they're pit bulls. You definitely know a pit bull when you see one, but they vary in bloodlines. Same thing with your Corso. So, to try to standardize and make all these Corsos have a cookie cut effect, it was never that. It shouldn't be bred on an aspect to be that. It should vary in bloodlines, or you should get dogs, select dogs that you like, traditional dogs, not the boxer cross, not the bull mastiff cross, not the Barville cross, not, the non-indigenous dogs, the non-indigenous dogs that were added into the breed. You shouldn't mess around with that stuff. Now, if some Italian enthusiasts would have stopped early, I'm going to say as far as Barcia, that's a controversy thing, but I'm gonna touch that in a minute. But again, if they would have stopped there, Corso still would have been very fine. They still would have been breeding traditional, and you could have moved. A lot of us could have moved forward, but they wasn't, and it is what it is now. Now, to indicate and to show and prove, right? Because a lot of you said that I don't know what I'm talking about. You did the name calling. Yeah, it's all right. Whatever. I'm going to say this. The reason why the boxer was chosen to be put in the Corso breed, Barcia was the template of the Neapolitan. I mean, not the Neapolitan Master. Excuse me, y'all. He was the template of the Corso. I'm going to say that again. He was the template of the Corso when they was doing the recovery. Recovery stage lasted for a pretty long time. Damn near 3 decades. From 1970 to damn near 2000. I'm going to say that again. The recovery stage in the Corso breed lasted for 3 decades. From 1970 to 2000. Now, with the template of the Corso, due to the fact they knew that Barcia was part boxer and he was the template, Barcia never reproduced himself. You don't believe me? Go to the Corso database and look at dogs that were bred from him. Look at descendants that was allegedly supposed to be bred from him. And look at the looks of those dogs. And tell me, do you see a uniform look? Tell me, are you getting replications of Barcia? And the answer to that would be no. Barcia could not reproduce his reverse scissor even when he was bred to his relatives. So this forced a lot of enthusiasts to breed to the boxers. Again, a lot of information wasn't given, early 90s and etc. The reason of the hate with Mike Satilli Sr. was that when he found Kokomo in them, he actually found the real rustic Corso. I'm going to say that again. When he found Kokomo in that litter, the Super 6, but it was more than 6. But regardless of the point, when he found those dogs and brought them here to America, he actually found a true strain of rustic Corso that wasn't contaminated with no boxer blood whatsoever. So, this is what the jealousy thing was about. Those dogs were bred to show neos that extended back into Wyoming, which is a Corso research, and the offsprings of those first dogs made Corsos. The dogs were bred to man dog stock. Not a whole bunch, but it was done. And those dogs made Corsos. So that's indicating that the dogs that Mike Sr. brung over were bred very tight. They were true to type. And whatever you bred those dogs into, they still replicated themselves. Band dogs don't do that. In a discussion with that. Back to what I was talking about with the pit bull situation. Again, pit bulls vary. They vary. They vary in bloodlines and looks. So, and I'm not talking about the American Bully or even the Amstaff. I'm talking about game-bred pit bulls. They vary. So, basically, any type of Molosser dog is going to vary. Your Central Asian dogs, they vary. Still Central Asians, but they vary. Your Rottweilers vary. Your Neapolitan Mastiff, it varied. It varied. When it was a Corso, it varied. So that need to be implemented and kept in here in your head. Start getting off on the aspect of looks unless it's non-traditional. You need to research and study. Now, into that discussion, the hate that goes on in this type of, now you accuse me of a lot of things, a lot of you enthusiasts. You said that, he's in it for the money, which isn't true, because I'm not getting paid. What I am doing is educating you. And then it was like, well, he's only a fan of the American dogs, which was a lie, which wasn't true. Showed and proved that only thing, my outlook in all this situation is to change direction of what the Corso was heading into. Again, it's sad and it's a shame that in this traditional land that the dogs wasn't preserved. Because again, that's a part of the Italian culture. These dogs lived there practically unscathed. And they shouldn't have been bred recklessly by greed, by individuals that didn't know how to breed. Now the truth of the matter has come to light, and the truth of the matter started coming in, say, the year 2000. This is when a lot of truth started coming out. Michael Esselstyn interviewed a lot of these recovery breeders. A lot of his articles, his early articles, he brought the facts. Flavio Bruno brought the facts. The facts. I don't understand why a lot of you guys won't research. But then again, I do know why. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's tell the public why. You invested your money, your hard-earned money, into the wrong dogs. And now, just the sake of just saying that you was wrong, you won't do that. You won't admit to that, and you'll keep propagating and pushing the wrong dogs. If your dog look like a boxer, and don't deny and try to say it doesn't, or Great Dane, or etc., you don't have the true Corso. The Santilli bloodlines, damn it, it's a Corso. Oh, well, all the dogs are mixed. This is the excuse you're running? Well, what mixes are we talking about? Are we talking about Punesis bred back into the dog, or are we talking about non-traditional dogs that were bred into the dogs? Because again, the Santilli bloodline doesn't have the epilepsy stuff. Your certain bloodlines, mainstream dudes, have the epilepsy. You have to be careful. Epilepsy can hibernate, stay dormant. You won't know your dog have it. But if your dog is coming out of them bloodlines, 9 times out of 10, your dog has it. And the only thing you're doing is just passing this gene to the next generation, to generation, to generation, instead of stopping. This is why Mr. Levitt, that created the oldie bulldoggies, scrapped a lot of his dogs because of the epilepsy. The epilepsy comes from the bulldog. The bulldog got it from the pug. Research. The boxer also was bred with, with that English bulldog that was bred with pug. So the boxer has the epilepsy. Again, putting boxers into the dogs wasn't well thought out. It was a lot of shortcuts. There was a lot of poor farmers trying to get rich, and they did so by the ignorance of greedy Americans that didn't know. You went over there just like the rest of the world, and you bought dogs, and you bought the non-traditional dogs, and you brung them back. You was claiming that you had the right stuff, and you didn't. It is what it is, people. So now, what direction we go in? You breed traditional dogs. If you have that stuff, my advice is you scrap it. And if you have hyper stuff that looks kind of traditional, I think you should start breeding traditional dogs into your stock. And that's just my advice. Now, again, Facebook is free. YouTube is free. You hating on me is not going to change nothing. The game is already changed. Basically, what I did was force a lot of even the top boys to come up with the facts. You welcome. I'm going to say that. You welcome. You're very welcome. Because if it wasn't for me, a lot of things would be just still being brushed underneath the rug. So now you can't say that I did this for any means, only for the love of the breed. You can say that. Because again, I'm not getting paid. I'm not up on this thing trying to get fame, fortune, none of that. I'm in there trying to save my breed wholeheartedly. Oh, he don't pronounce words correctly. He don't do this and he don't do that. Well, I love the Corso. Oh, well, I started a movement. Oh, well, don't care if you hate. Don't really care. Because, again, you don't affect me. You're not going to stop me. I'm still going to do what I do, and that is that. Now, to another breeder, right? I'm going to say this. 2 years ago, you claimed that you didn't have none of the old dogs. This is what you said out your mouth. You told me, personally, that there was no more of these dogs at all. At all. This is what not just you, but a few other breeders said. To find out these dogs are still kicking, running around, and they're being bred. And now, those breeders have come to the front run. So now it puts everybody on an equilateral scale, so to speak. Thanks to me. You're welcome. And again, what I'm going to say is not bad for a backyard breeder. Oh, where's your dogs? Listen, I co-own 2. I said that from the gate. Oh, show me your dog's pedigree. Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this once, and I'm not going to say it no more. A lot of the mainstream dogs that you running around with the Vito Interview stuff and the Paletti stuff, my dog, the blue female that I co-own with my cousin, she's coming off of that stuff. We could do a DNA test. Let's swab some of y'all dogs' mouths and her mouth, and let's see if she's a Corso or not. We can do that. We could put that to the test. Hold on for a second, because I got to make a part 2.